Yeah, man, that's what I know. Say steel balls and the king of fire, yo. Yeah, man. Yeah, the steel balls blaze them up. When I rise up every day, on my bending knees I pray. Jah protect I all the way.
Well, like you said, there's so much projects that I was involved in between now and last year that I tend to forget. I can't keep up. But the whole idea is to make Steel Pulse continue to be brand new. You know, I've always believed in not just our music, but sharing our music and our ideals with other bands and other artists, where we can contribute and try to interpret things that were done many, many years ago, and see how what skills we have in doing so. I remember once, although I'm straying from the subject, we were given collaborations to do with Bob Dylan and also with the Police, the Beatles, and it's always the Rolling Stones. It's always been a challenge trying to interpret someone else's music, and it's fun to be part of collaborations and covering other songs. I've always enjoyed and looking forward to that experience every time it happens. If Guatemala is anything to go by in relationship to places like Chile, Argentina, Colombia, Peru, then we're looking forward for that experience, because I find when we tour those countries, for example, that the reggae has a fresh and traditional sound to it at the same time. During the beginning of the 80s, reggae was taken over in a very big way by dancehall, and I always thank God that not that I don't like dancehall, I do love dancehall very much, but we are coming out of the traditional roots and spiritual side of reggae music. And we always give thanks that countries like Chile, Costa Rica, for example, Argentina, Brazil, the list goes on, Peru, as well as all the African countries, have always gravitated towards the roots and traditional side of reggae, as opposed to the very much up-tempoed gang and gunman lyrics that dancehall came with. We're always I'm happy that the third world countries in different parts of the world have used the traditional roots reggae as their vehicle to elevate the music. Like I said, during the 80s, reggae music took a dive, in a sense where the early 80s especially, when dancehall came on the scene, and a lot of bands like ourselves, had to try and reinvent ourselves, and many of us failed for that reinvention and started to try and become dancehall acts ourselves, and started to substitute all kinds of instruments, like the drums for a drum machine, the bass for a keyboard, using no rhythm guitar at all when that was the backbone of reggae music. And these were the things that were happening. Instead of using live horns, that was substituted for the synthesizer, and percussion was substituted for electronic percussion, and we survived that, but we also lost a lot of fans trying to accommodate that kind of thing in our music. To know now that these new artists have come back with a traditional approach to the music, as well as the belief in Rastafari, stronger than during the 80s and 90s period. It's a good thing. It gives us another lease of life and give us further recognition. And we hope to be, that there'll be some kind of collaboration going on at some point with us being the old timers, with the actual new, fresh off the pack acts like Jesse Royal and Chronix and Janai and all those acts that are surfaced, we have a lot of respect for now. Oh yes, we have been recording new material over the past few years. It's just that we never had a chance to have them released because we've been committed to touring and also committed to doing a film about Steel Pulse over the past 40 years. Reggae vibes, can you feel the vibes? A Steel Pulse will come alive. Guatemala, we love you. We're coming home. Yes, we're coming home to Guatemala.